can't believe you had the audacity to tell me that my grandma can't stay here when we got 3 bedrooms.
Why are you recording me?
Because I want to show my family this. This is crazy.
Show your family?
Yeah, but you trying to make it seem like my grandma can't stay here, but we got a whole loft that she can stay in.
We already talked about this. Your grandmother is not staying here.
She
We
is
do
staying.
not have enough room.
Take that stuff out the loft, all the extra boxes we got, that can go into the garage somewhere.
I get the storage.
No, I get her bed and put her bed there. She's good. All she needs is a little bit of time. So wherever you get some time.
A little bit of time, or she's gonna be staying.
She's gonna be staying. My grandmom is staying.
No, she's not staying.
She's staying. Yes, she is. She's staying here. Hey, look,
we don't have enough room. I already told you.
But this is my family here, okay? So I'm
your family.
Get
so
that clear.
You need to take care of your family. She needs to be staying in a
and you
nursing
need to take care
home.
of our family. My family
yes,
is
I do take care of our family.
Okay, no, you take care of the immediate family, the kids. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I
but
do.
Our grandma needs to stay here too. All you need to listen.
Matt,
this is what my mom told me. All she need to do. This is her routine. All she need to do is we wake up in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, fix her breakfast.
I don't care about your grandmother's schedule. You need to put
I'm gonna tell you her schedule because
when
I go to work, you taking care of her. Listen, at 8 o'clock
how
in the morning.
How you gonna tell me what I'm gonna do when you go to work? Like I don't have no job. Like I don't have no life. Like, no, I'm not doing that. She's not staying here. That room is staying storage.
Can you hear me say now?
I'm not gonna hear. What is there else? If you
cared
about your grandmother like you say you do, you gonna put her in a certified home.
I don't got listen.
Nobody got time for that.
You got time for that. Why you look at you right now watching TV? What? No, you can do.
I'm watching TV because I'm chilling. I'm not at work right now. I'm resting. Can I rest?
Right now, what you can
in my time of rest, you gonna come up the stairs, you gonna bring this camera in my face.
Yeah,
for what?
Because you can do. Because you know what you can be doing? You can give her meds, put her to bed. All she needs is a little bit of care. She sit down and watch Family Feud all day. All she needs
so I'm supposed to just give up my life so I can take care of your grandmama.
Would you like?
What are you doing for your grandmama?
Would you?
I
do a lot for her.
Quit your job since you care so much. Quit your job.
Then where you gonna live?
I'll go to work.
How about
and you can stay here and you can wipe your grandmother because I'm not doing it.
Okay, see what's all that? Listen, talk about that. This is my family here, so you gotta respect that. You respect that. You respect me.
You want me to respect your grandmother, but you don't even respect me. You come up in here, you yelling, you screaming, you telling me I gotta take care of her, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I don't have that.
But listen, this is your husband's grandma. So listen, I'm asking you to have some respect.
I really don't want to hear this. Listen, your grandmother is not staying here. Like I said, I put my foot down. That room is gonna stay occupied whether they're there or not. I got a family to take care of. I gotta take care of you. I gotta take care of the twins. I gotta take care of your grandma too. I gotta feed her. I gotta give her meds. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all. And on top of working the job that I already have. Are you out of your mind?
I don't listen.
You didn't even think this through before you came up here.
But all she do is watch Family Feud. Okay,
and she can sit in a nursing home with her applesauce and watch Family Feud because I'm not doing it.
When our kids get ready for school, all she needs is give her meds. She take a couple meds in the morning.
Why can't you do this? Why are you making this such a big deal?
Because you're the woman. You're supposed to.
Okay, so and what you gonna do if I say no?
You the nurse.
And what you gonna do if I say no?
Then we have a problem.
Okay, I guess we got a problem then. So what you gonna do about it? Because I said no.
You don't see. So what happened when you get older and you don't you want something like don't you believe in karma?
When I get older, I'm gonna save enough so that I can take care of my.
Well, I'm not taking her to a nursing home. I'll tell you that right now.
You're going to take her to a nursing home because she's not coming up in here.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, she not. And I will roll back up out of here because she's not staying in here.
I'm going to talk to my
mom. Like I said, she's not staying here. Go ahead and call your grandma and tell her to go ahead, pack it up.
$7,000.
You ain't coming here. I'm sorry. You want to figure something else out.
And I watch those commercials talking about nursing home people malnourished with bed sores and stuff like that. My grandma ain't staying there.
Okay, didn't nobody say you had to get a one-star nursing home? Go find something better. I'm not doing this. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Hey, all I know is I went down to the one nursing home down there. I'm not taking my grandma to the nursing home. We need to keep her hair. She's better hair. She's more relaxed hair. Just get up in the morning. We give her medicine. Give her her dentures in. Give her food. That's all you gotta do. She don't make too much. She will tell you when she gotta go to the restroom. It's no big deal. You make it sound like a big deal. You took care of kids.
Do I look like ring a bell and I'm supposed to take your grandmother to the bathroom every time? Supposed to rub her up with lotion? Supposed to give her meds? Supposed to feed her?
But you
I'm not doing this. You don't understand how much responsibility that takes. And I'm already stressed out. I'm not doing that. You have to figure something else out. I'm sorry.
I did figure out.
You got to figure something else out.
Hey man, I got to say you got to do some extra work. Are you sitting there?
I'm not doing no extra nothing.
You sitting there watching TV,
and I'm gonna continue to sit here and watch my TV.
You want to do
and
nothing?
I'm gonna enjoy my shows.
All right. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, figure it out.
She's coming here. I'll tell you that right now.
She's not coming here.
Oh,
and
yes,
if she comes in here, you're not going to have no wife. I'll tell you that much.
Whoa. Now that shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired.
Really? So now it's going to be about a marriage now.
I'm not, look, you're going to have to, you know what? How about this? You and your grandma can go get a house and live together. How about that?
Man, you tripping.
Wow. So that video right there, that big argument over him allowing his grandmother to move with them, you see how that exploded, right? This points out the problems in our culture today. Why the modern family, as we know it, is a broken home. Now, this family has a mother and a father. She said she has twins. But I'm going to show you how this is very much still a broken home. All parties of the family or tribe are not being considered. And through our view, all we think about when we get married is ourselves and our personal families. We're not thinking about the family that came before us, the one that we are representing, the one that we are in legacy. We are their legacy. And we're not thinking about the one that comes after us. And how we carry ourselves is going to dictate our future. So that karma that we're putting out into the world right now will come back for us. Now, listen, guys, we don't know to do better, right? But like the adage goes, if you know better, you do better. Do not skip this video. We're going to re-break this video down, and I'm going to show you guys the problems with unity in our communities and why the family as we know it is a broken home. All right, let's get into it.
Can't believe you had the audacity to tell me that my grandma can't stay here when we got 3 bedrooms.
Why are you recording me?
Because I want to show my family this. This is crazy.
Show your family?
Yeah, but you trying to make it seem like my grandma can't stay here, but we got a whole loft that she can stay in.
We already talked about this. Your grandmother is not staying.
So first, let's deal with the dynamics of this argument, okay? He approaches her with a camera out. He starts off by saying, she will not let my grandmother stay here. So already they had this conversation. He wants his family to see how divisive she is being, that she is the reason his grandmother can't stay there, okay? So he probably thinking they won't believe it if I told them. So they need to see how this is. So she's saying, why are you recording me? Well, so I can show it to my family. Obviously, she does not like being recorded, but she understands the reason for the recording. It's because she disagrees with his grandmother staying here. I'm not saying whether the recording is right or wrong. Well, let me just say this. Recording her is wrong. Once he presents this to his family, if he stays with her, they're going to see her entirely different, and they may never rebuild that relationship, okay? So she may be treated like an outsider or seen as a divisive person for the foreseeable future. So it wouldn't be wise. And as a man, you don't need to show anybody what you're dealing with. You don't need validation from anyone. When you recognize that you have a demon in your camp, someone who is divisive and is here to destroy and kill and steal and not to build up, repair, and nurture, you got to make that decision for your family moving forward. And that decision don't have to be weighed amongst other people outside of you. Believe it or not, when you see this person is bad for you, you can make that decision, family. But let's continue.
Your grandmother is not staying here. She is staying.
Take that stuff out the loft, all the extra boxes we got, that can go into the garage somewhere. I get the storage. No, I get her bed, put her bed there. She's good. All she needs is a little bit of time. So wherever you get some time.
A little bit of time, or she's gonna be staying.
She's gonna be staying. My grandmom is staying.
No, she's not staying.
She's staying. Yes, she is. She's staying here. Hey, look,
we don't have enough room.
But this is my family here, okay? So I'm gonna
your family.
Get
so
that clear.
You need to take care of your family. She needs to be staying in a
nursing home.
And
you need to take care of our family. My family is
yes, I do take care of our family.
So do you hear this, right? We start talking about taking care of family. So if this woman is the grandmother, his grandmother, she created the person who created him. He wouldn't have life if it wasn't for that lady, right? So now she's saying, I do take care of my family. Well, you mean what family? You mean your children? Because that is your family. Guys, just imagine you raise your children. You pour your life into your children. When they become adults, they no longer see you as a valuable member of the family. And they just look at you like, hey, you're dead weight. I don't want to be responsible for you. I don't have enough room for you. Did you say that to them when you was raising them? When you got pregnant with this child, did you not make room for them? So now this person is saying, I have no room for you. But meanwhile, they have other rooms with stuff stored up in them so they can clean out the room. It's merely excuses. They don't have time for you, right? Imagine how that would feel. You created this family, but you are the one left out in the cold after all the sacrifices to create this family. Now, I want you guys to imagine this from the grandmother's standpoint. It's easy to see her side, right? She going to work. She don't want to be bothered. She already got twins. What's the use of this other person? Of course, you don't see any benefits to this lady, this old lady probably in their eyes, coming into the home. You don't see how she can be nurturing for your twins. You don't see how her wisdom, her storytelling can give your twins values that you can't even give them. In your old age, all of the wealth that you bring to the family will be completely forgotten. And it's likely because we're not raising our children to understand that the passing of the baton means that, hey, I'll raise you whenever you can't take care of yourself. And when I'm old enough to not be able to take care of myself, hey, you got to have my back. We depend too much on this matrix. If we understood that the world was a natural world, we would understand that we got to be dependent upon each other, right? In a tribe, in nature, there is no nursing home. The elders of the tribe depend on the tribe, and they get to do that because they created it. Yo, it makes no sense that they don't have a place to go in their old age, and they created this, right? We're too selfish, man. Let's continue.
Okay, no, you take care of the immediate family, the kids. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
but
I do.
our grandma needs to stay here too. All you need to listen. This is what my mom told me. All she need to do. This is her routine. All she need to do is we wake up in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, fix her breakfast.
I don't care about your grandmother's schedule.
Notice he can't even get a clear sentence out before she's interrupting, okay? Mocking him, telling him he's hilarious. Like, this is funny that you want her to come and stay here. Why is that funny? Yo, I wouldn't want to stay in some home with a bunch of strangers, sharing stories with them, playing bingo with them. I'd rather be with my family that I raised, that I created. Making that passing of the baton seamless. Yo, that would be beautiful to me. Yo, if my family says, oh, after all this you put into me, yo, go stay at that nursing home. We don't have space for you. Yo, that would break my heart. But a lot of us don't see this. This is the norm. And this is why I say it's a broken home. We got to understand this, family. Look, go to Amazon. Get my book now called The Modern and Traditional Family as We Know It is a Broken Home. In this book, I break down all of these things, all right? So you can go get this book and see it in detail. But we're going to continue this video here. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you her schedule because when I go to work, you taking care of her. Listen, at 8 o'clock
how
in the morning.
You gonna tell me what I'm gonna do when you go to work? Like I don't have no job. Like I don't have no life. Like, no, I'm not doing that. She's not staying here. That room is staying storage.
Can you hear me say now?
I'm not gonna hear. What is there else to talk? If you cared about your grandmother like you say you do, you gonna put her in a certified home.
I don't got listen.
No, if I cared about my grandmother like I say I do, I would try and make a place for her. Okay? And I would try and be responsible for her because she was once responsible for me. She taught me what I know. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am. She's earned every bit of me bringing her into my home and taking care of her in her later years. She is not a burden. She is a benefit. She is a treasure. Do you understand her recipes, her medicine, her knowledge for herbs, her knowledge for life, her knowledge for principles? All these things can cultivate and value your family. When you're at work, that grandmother can be there helping out. This makes no sense that you're saying, yo, she ain't got no place here. She's just going to be a burden. We can't see any benefit to this person that raised us. And even if she was to the point of where she was in a vegetative state, it's still irrelevant. She took care of you before you could even walk, talk, or anything. You understand? She took care of your mother. Yo, she hasn't earned that. Is that how we see people in our lives? That if they can't care for themselves, then just kick them out? Do you understand that's a broken tribe, a broken family, a broken home, right? Now, she's going to get older. Now, later in this video, she says, well, I'm going to save my money, so I ain't got to worry about that. I'll have a home. Of course you'd like to. Of course that sounds like a plan, right? But what if you're not able to do that? Because you're not even promised a tomorrow. We seem to have very selfish with selfish sight without being able to see into the future. We think we'll be here tomorrow. We think we'll have all these years to save up and be healthy to do that. Well, tomorrow something can change the dynamic of your life. You may not have the strength that you think you may have in the future. You may not have the mobility. Accidents happen, family. And then what? Because 9 times out of 10, that's what happened to our elders. You don't think that they had a plan to survive on their own? You think they wanted to have to ask to come and live with you? None of us asked to get old. None of us asked to get weaker as we age. None of us asked for this. If we could set that to the side and not have it as part of life, yo, we wouldn't. But life is about stages. Spring, summer, winter, fall, okay? Some of y'all in y'all spring years, you're young, you ain't never woke up with a pain in your life. Yo, as you age in life, you're gonna realize that life changes. And because you don't understand the stages of life as a youngster, you're not gonna prepare for them. So you're not gonna be thinking about one day I'll get old and I'll need a family to pass my legacy to, right? To help me in my older years so I'll help them in their younger years. You're not thinking about creating a future self to be able to have the strength when you have the mind. Right? So when you're young in body, you have the strength. Your journey gains a world of wisdom for your mind, to fortify your mind. But you can't start thinking I'm just a mind. And you can't think I'm just a body. You have to make an account and plan for both. So whenever you are older and now you have a mind, but you don't have the body, the utility to be able to produce that, you're going to need your children. So you can give your children your mind to equip them with their strong body to still carry out the tribal needs and duties. Yo, this is how a family progresses forward into the future. But what we're seeing is one family works hard to give their children everything they need. Children get grown, and then there's a broken home. There's no seamless passing of the baton. The parents don't have a place to go. They're looking at their family from the outside looking in, like they're looking through a window with not belonging. Right now they're looking at their child's family. That's their family. They don't have a stake in it. Why is that not still their family? Why is that not still their tribe? They raised you. They birthed you. You wouldn't be here without them. Let's continue.
No, you got time for that. Why you look at you right now watching TV? What, you know what you can do?
I'm watching TV because I'm chilling. I'm not at work right now. I'm resting. Can I rest?
Right now, what you can
in my time of rest, you gonna come up the stairs, you gonna bring this camera in my face.
Yeah, you know what?
Constantly criticizing, right? I'm up here trying to watch TV, and you're gonna bring this camera up here in my face for what? Because this is serious to me. This means a lot to me. My grandmother needs a place to go, and that resting home is not good enough for her. And I want to put her up, and I want to take care of her. I want our family to take care of her. That's why I'm invading your private time while you're watching this show that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Let's continue.
For what?
Because you know what you can be doing? You can give her meds, put her to bed. All she needs is look at care. She sit down and watch Family Feud all day. All she needs
so I'm supposed to just give up my life so I can take care of your grandmama.
See that? I'm supposed to give up my life. Let's stretch it. No, you're not giving up your life, but everyone in the tribe must make sacrifices for its tribal members because they are ultimately the most valuable thing you'll ever have. Yo, without the members, the land won't be cultivated. The food won't be hunted. The food won't be fished. The houses will not be built. You cannot forget about what's most important. The problem is they gave you these jobs and you think they're most important because without your job, you won't have resources. But without your tribe, you got nothing. You can never forget about your most valuable possessions, and that's the members of your tribe. Do you understand, family? Let's continue. And then she says your grandmama, like reducing the name, like you imagine this. As you get older, you would think that your title, your value will come with recognition, respect, honor, will be bestowed upon you because of the path that you created, right? The sacrifices you made. But now you just big mama or grandmama. That's it. Yo, that's crazy. No, you're a sage, right? You're a shaman to your tribe. You understand medicine. You understand herbs and health in a way that none of us do. And you've done it with your experience. And through ages, decades and generations, you've been doing this before we ever even breathed. Your value is literally priceless. But you just grandmama. Wow. But then we'll read these religious books and love those people and we'll worship them and praise them. But the people in our own tribe have done much more than any of these people in these books could ever do. But they're left on the outside looking in. Let's continue.
Would you like
what are you doing for your grandmama?
Would you? I do a lot for her.
Quit your job since you care so much. Quit your job.
What are you doing for your grandmama? I have a home. I have a place for her to come to. And I'm talking to my wife in hopes that she can understand the value in bringing our grandmother here. Our grandmother, because you married my family. You my family too. This is your family. So that's what I'm doing for my grandmother because I care for her. That's what I'm doing. And I need your help. Right? It sucks that I have to even go to you and get your approval for this. But I've made you my wife. I've elected you. And I need you. And I need you to be cooperative, but you're not. You're being very contentious. You're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about my grandmama. You're not. I just told you she was in a home, and they're not taking care of her well there. You guys gotta think. She don't have much longer to live, right? Why can't we be there for her in her later years? Why not? Because it's a burden to us, and we want to do something, and it's going to impede on our lives, right? Exactly. So the people who sacrifice to bring you here, what do you think about them when it's your turn? And you have the strength and the resources. What do you do with your mama and your daddy and your grandparents? What they do? Where do they go? Let's continue.
Where you gonna live?
I'll go to work.
How about
and you
that?
can stay here and you can wipe your
Okay,
grandmother because I'm not
listen,
doing it.
okay, see what's all of that? Listen, tell me that. This is my family here, so you gotta respect that. You gotta respect.
You can understand the nurses at the nursing home thinking it's disgusting to wipe an old person's backside, but that's just an old person's backside, some stranger, right? But that person that you saying, I ain't wiping them up. Yo, you know they once wiped him up? That's the woman who raised your man. That's the woman who raised your man's mother. Yo, I get that that's not something you want to do. But in a tribe, everybody has sacrifices to make. And if you're the nurturer, why would you now forsake that? Because you said, I don't want to do that. What if her family was sick? What if her family needed a place to stay? And he's the provider. And what if he's saying, yo, I ain't paying for nothing. You ain't moving up in my house where I pay the bills. Yo, there's a sacrifice that must be made. When you marry somebody, yo, you're not just marrying them. And that is why the modern family is a broken home. We don't think anything about our parents as us being their legacy. And we don't think about our children and what they're going to do when they become old enough. And then we become too old. We're not thinking about what's going to happen there. That's when you're going to realize it's a broken home. After you done put all your work in to make sure your children get everything they need, you're going to find that they're not as willing to make sure you have everything that you need. And it's because you didn't teach that to them. This starts early in life. Your children need to know that they're your predecessors. They carry the baton. They don't just get your inheritance. They don't just get your inheritance and the things that you worked for passed on to them. No, if I need you in my older age, you need to be there for me. And if you're not going to be there for me, don't expect my inheritance. Yo, these people expect to get what you get when you die, to get what you've earned, what you worked for when you die. They want that to be given to them. But in your life, whenever you're sick and you're down, they ain't got no time for you. Think about that, family. Now, in your death, they'll take that money and upgrade themselves. They'll definitely add on to that house. They'll put some money in the bank. They'll do a whole lot more than bury you, right? And you want that. You want to leave your children an inheritance so their life is easier, right? But do you want them to leave you like this in your old age, out here in the cold? So guess what? Now you'll use your inheritance that you would leave to them to take care of yourself, right? And leave them nothing, because they obviously don't need nothing from you. They good. From this standpoint, yo, we good. We don't need them. We don't need her. So they don't need nothing that she has then. So when she die, don't have your hand out. Don't care about what's in the will. Let's continue.
You respect
Okay,
that,
you want me to
me.
respect your grandmother, but you don't even respect me. You come up
I am
in here, you
respecting
yelling,
you.
you screaming, you telling me I gotta take care of her, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
Blatant deflection. Deflection, family. Respecting my grandmother means not calling her a grandmama, understanding her value, understanding her needs. I've told you her needs. I've told you where she is and she's not being taken care of correctly. And here you are saying, no, 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 me. That's not being respectful to what she has done for me and who she is to me. And now she gonna change it. Well, you disrespecting me because you ain't here talking to me on my day off. What, ma'am? Come on now. She's not there to have the conversation. She just doesn't want to do it. Let's continue.
I don't have to think.
But listen, this is your husband's grandma. So listen, I'm asking you to have some respect.
I really don't want to hear this. Listen, your grandmother.
See, she don't even want to hear it. It's not just your husband's grandmother. It's your grandmother. The day you married me, that became your grandmother. My family is your family. My tribe is your tribe. And your tribe is mine. If your mother, father, and grandparents needed help, I promise you I'd be there. Because that's my mother and father and grandparents. Do you understand? Let's continue, family.
Your grandmother is not staying here. Like I said, I put my foot down. That room is going to stay occupied whether they're there or not. I got a family to take care of. I got to take care of you. I got to take care of the twins. I got to take care of your grandma too. I got to feed her. I got to give her meds. I'm not doing that.
None of that sounds complicated to do. All of that is within her grasp. Nothing's too heavy to lift. Nothing's too high to reach. You got to give her meds. You have to take care of your twins. What about that is impossible for you? You know bringing her in can also help to take care of your twins, right? You know that could be beneficial for your twins, right? You know that would be a good example to your twins on how to treat you whenever you age, right? See, in every sacrifice there's benefits, but you only thinking about the sacrifices, the time that it would take to care for her outside of your twins, the giving her of the medicine, the things you have to do outside of what you need to do for your twins. Yo, if that was your mother, would you be saying the same thing? If it was your mother who needed a place to stay, would that be now all an inconvenience? I got my own twins. I got to give her medicine. I got to do all this. Would it be that? Let's continue.
I'm not doing all, and on top working the job that I already have. Are you out of your mind?
I don't listen.
You didn't even think this through before you came up here.
But all she do is watch Family Feud. All she
okay, and she can sit in a nursing home with her applesauce and watch Family Feud because I'm not doing it.
When our kids get ready for school, all she needs is pat.
She can sit in a nursing home, watch Family Feud. Guess what the number one answer is going to be on the board? Eat her applesauce with complete strangers. Have you heard some of the things that happen in these nursing homes, family? Have you heard some of the things? So it's not all peaches and cream, yo. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Let's continue.
Give her meds. Take a couple meds in the morning.
Why can't you do this? Why are you making this such a big deal?
Because you're the woman. You're supposed to.
Okay, so and what you gonna do if I say no?
You the nurse.
And what you gonna do if I say no?
Then we have a problem.
Okay, I guess we got a problem then. So what you gonna do about it? Because I said no.
You don't see. So how you?
See how he's stuttering, and she's just gonna mock him while he's stuttering, because he don't know what to say. He's talking to yet another valuable member of his tribe. She's the mother of his twins, y'all. So of course she knows his hands are tied. You think I'm gonna kick you out, and then my twins not have a shelter over their head, and now be out here looking for another place to stay with you, or still here without their mother living here? Yo, I can't break the home worse than it's already broken. And you know that if I make a decision based on this, then I would be doing damage to the family structure and dynamics, right? So because you have this leverage, let me put my foot down and I don't have to move. You see this, right? This is what it means by man, you better know her before you marry her. Because she'll destroy your home from the inside out. And it won't be anything you can do about it without you having to destroy your home even more. Yo, she knows she took all the man's choices away right here. So what he should just say is, yo, I'm moving her in anyway, and make the decision be up to her. If you want to leave and break up your home, that's what you do. But you'll see my mama's mama up in this house. She will be taken care of. Now, is he wrong for that? Because she going to say, well, what you going to do then? So why don't he just say, I'm moving her in anyway? You ain't got to go. But that's up to you if you decide to. But she will be living here, right? But that's a problem, right? Because he didn't get her approval. Let's continue, man.
What happened when you get older and you don't you want something like don't you believe in karma?
When I get older, I'm gonna save enough so that I can take care of my.
Well, I'm not.
Yo, that's a plan. Good plan to have, but life does not always work that way. Sometimes things happen to you that impede your ability to be able to have a retirement and that savings and nest egg for yourself. But a lot of times your children have needs. And then you will go into that and sacrifice and give your children them needs, from the education, from the cars that they need, from the allowances that you give them, from the things you give them for basic needs like hair and nails, just take care of themselves. We'll give these things to our children and take care of them throughout life, giving them all these things and making sure they're good. Right? If parents thought like this, once you are grown, you would get nothing else from them. Because they would know, yo, if I give it to you, I'm risking my own retirement. So now you grown. And I know you won't take care of me whenever I'm old, right? So you on your own. So when you come back to mom and daddy and grandparents wanting a loan with your hand out, needing to wash your clothes somewhere, needing some food out of the fridge because you struggling, your grandparents or your parents should say, I'm saving all of my money because I know I don't have you when I get old. And I'm getting older every day. So you worry about yourself. I ain't helping you. I've done my part. I raised you for the 18 years that I should have. And now you out here on your own to fend for yourself. Kids will hate that though, right? But what about sending me to school? No, earn a scholarship. Be smart enough. Be diligent in school because I ain't paying for nothing past basic needs. Putting a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your belly. That's all you get from me. Because I know you won't be there for me in my old age. They wouldn't like that. But they want trips. They want all this other stuff to cultivate their childhood. They want all these other things and memories along their journey. But whenever you spent everything you could to make sure they have that, you should have saved some more on the backside for your retirement. You should have put some money back. Well, I put it into you. What now? Like, the reason you are where you are in life is because I paid for your education. I bought you a car so you could drive it to school. You know, a lot of people who went to your school didn't have a car. They had to take a bus. They had to walk. Right? They had to work a second job just to be able to earn that car or pay for a ride. But I got you a car so you didn't have to worry about that. So you could focus all of your time on your education. After I've done all these things and made these sacrifices and you become who you become, look at how you do me, man. Yeah, the modern family is a broken home. Let's continue.
Take her to a nursing home. I'll tell you that right now.
You're going to take her to a nursing home because she's not coming up in here.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, she didn't. I will roll back out here because she's not staying in here. Like I said, she's not staying here. Go ahead and call your grandma. Tell her to go ahead, pack it up.
$7,000.
You ain't coming here. I'm sorry. You have to figure something
else out. And I watch those commercials talking about nursing home people malnourished with bed sores and stuff like that. My grandma ain't staying there.
Okay, didn't nobody say you had to get a one-star nursing home? Go find something better. I'm not doing this.
So go find something better. So you have the resources, right? Go find something better. Use your money or either her money that she has left over, right, to find something better. Don't put it on me, though. And if you bring up in this house, I'm willing to right back outside. Uncooperative, contentious, downright mean. So your mother's mother just got ostracized because she's not healthy, because all she did was got older. Yo, this is sad, because what this means is that the older you get, the less value you have. The less you mean to the family. Yo, that's supposed to increase. Go to a tribe, look at how the older people are treated, family. Are they treated like they don't matter? No, they're basically worshipped within those tribes. They're a wealth of knowledge. Man, this is wild. And it takes this for a lot of us to see it because it's so common, yo. Let's continue.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Hey, all I know is I went down to the one nurse home down there. I'm not taking my grandma to the nurse home. We need to keep her hair. She's better hair. She's more relaxed hair. Just get up in the morning. We give her medicine. Give her her dentures in. Give her her food. That's all you gotta do. She won't make too much. She will tell you when she gotta go to the restroom. It's no big deal. You make it sound like a big deal.
I don't want to do none of that. Now she said you could go put her in a nicer home, right? Well, we could both put our heads together and hire someone to come inside of the home and help her out whenever we're gone. Maybe to give her those meds if you act like that's too difficult for you. Maybe someone could come in a couple days a week and help out, if not every day. Let's work together, love. This is our grandmother. She don't want to hear it. She's not willing to make any type of concession. She's not willing to meet him in the middle at all. Okay? But she wants him to put her in a nicer home. You make all these extra things. Because it's your grandma after all, right? Yours. Nah, it's y'all's grandma. And that's just why I say we're short-sighted when it comes to manifesting the family. We're only thinking about what that family can do for us. Well, guess what? If that's your view and you're only thinking about that, you are not going to teach your children that you get older. And when you get older, you may need them. You're not going to teach your children that everything I'm teaching you should come back to benefit me later. You're not going to do that. And you're going to be old looking just like this. Stuck outside in the cold, wondering why your children ain't being there for you. There's a lot of people, older people right now today, family, who have raised children. They didn't abandon their children. And I know a lot of people may say, and I say this too, if you misraise them and you mistreat them, you can't expect them to be there and take care of you when you're older. They'll probably be mad at you, traumatized by the way you treated them, and they're still broken from it and still probably need healing from what you did. But these parents who are there for their children and tried their best, a lot of them are homeless, living in shelters, living in retirement homes, and they're not good conditions, family. And I think that sucks, that you could spend your life birthing a family, raising a family, and then at the end of it all, you made sure the children got what they needed, but look at what you got in the end. What would be the point of a family then, family? Think about this. What's the point of a family if it's just some people for you to raise and spend your hard earnings on, and then in the end, there's nothing for you? That's not a legacy. It's not a legacy because they're not thinking about you thereafter. You're a burden. Let's continue.
Yo, you took care
Do
of kids.
I look like ring a bell and I'm supposed to take your grandmother to the bathroom every time? Supposed to rub her up with lotion? Supposed to give her meds? Supposed to feed her?
But you love
I'm
me,
not
you love my
doing this.
grandma.
You don't understand how much responsibility that takes. And I'm already stressed out. I'm not doing that.
I'm sure he understands the responsibility of it all, but right now his grandmother is in a home, so the responsibility, we don't care. It will be assumed. That's what sacrifices are. That's what unity means, yo. Every tribal member would help out and make sure grandmama was taken care of, right? It shouldn't even be dependent on solely her. You understand? It shouldn't. He can help out as well. And if he got siblings, they can help out as well. She's a grandmother. I'm sure she has other people that she has raised. But look, it's on his shoulders now. You don't think she asked the children if her children are yet still alive? Let's continue.
You have to figure something else out. I'm sorry.
I did figure out.
You got to figure something else out.
Hey man, I got this. You got to do some extra work. Are you sitting there?
I'm not doing no extra nothing.
You sitting there watching TV,
and I'm gonna continue to sit here and watch my TV.
You want to do nothing?
And I'm gonna enjoy my shows.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out. She's coming here. I'll tell you that right now.
She's not coming here.
Oh, yes,
and if she comes in here, you're not going to have no wife. I'll tell you that much.
Whoa. Now that shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired.
Really? So now it's going to be about a marriage now.
I'm not, look, you're going to have to, you know what? How about this? You and your grandma can go get a house and live together. How about that?
Man, you tripping.
See, she just turned it into a broken home. You bring her here, you ain't gonna have no wife. You understand? So there's no way for this man to make, to repair and be there for his grandmother and still have a healthy, harmonic home, because she's gonna disrupt it and say, well, you're not gonna have a wife. I'm gonna treat it like you were in infidelity. I'm gonna treat it like you were abusing me. I'm gonna treat it like you mismanaged all the funds and blew up the whole family's opportunities. Yeah, I'm gonna treat it like that. And I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna make this a leavable offense. You letting your grandma live with us and asking me to do a little bit more so we can make sure she's taken care of. Yeah, I'm breaking up with you for that. That should tell you something, man. That should tell you your value to her. That she's thinking, yo, I'd rather be without you before you bring this old lady up in my house, man. That's absolutely unreal. All right, family. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, all right? So I got a really close friend named Sean, one of my best friends, actually, Sean Logan. He and I grew up together. I met him when I was around 15. Now, we had a totally different perspective on life. As my mother had passed away when I was young, I lived on my own. He had his father, lived with his father, but his mother lived in a different state. But he had both of his parents, okay? So I would go with him to visit his mother sometimes, amazing lady. And of course, I went to his crib, met his father a couple of times, worked with his father a couple of times, bought a car from his father. Just great guy, okay? Anyway, Sean and I, we were the type of friends who would be challenge each other through our perspectives. We didn't always agree, right? But for that reason, he was a very valuable friend to me. He always had different perspectives because he grew up with his parents and a different outlook on life. Well, anyway, he came to see me the other day, right? And he and I just talking about what life is like now, right? And he was telling me that his father now lives with him. And his father is now suffering from, I believe it was dementia, where he barely remembers him or anyone around him. And it's getting it's getting more rare that he even remembers him at all. And I can only imagine what that would feel like as he's telling me this, right? And I can hear the pain in his heart. He's telling me about finding his father in certain positions and not having the ability to control bodily functions and having to clean his pops up and the damage of property. His father drove his car and wrecked it against his neighbor's house, and his neighbor calls him, hey, your father's down here. He's just sitting in the car, but he's going through something. You understand? And you can imagine how much this would hurt him, because that's his hero, watching him seemingly, deteriorate like this. Nobody plans for this, family. But I told him, I said, man, you an amazing son, because you're sticking by your father every step of the way. And that transition period is going to be seamless, man. The things you're learning, while it may be very painful, man, it's giving you a perspective that most of us will never have. Seeing your father in this situation, it gives you this, it sheds insight that you could be in this situation one day. And you got to prepare your children to make sure that you're taken care of because, listen, you took care of them. His wife, lovely lady, she has a high-end position in the medical field. She could have tried to say, no, I don't want this to happen. I work all the time. She could have said, I don't have the time. I'm working a lot. I contribute to the bills. I pull my weight around here, and no, we got two or three children ourselves. She could have pulled that, but no, she did not. She said, that's my father too. And she helps out. She allowed him to come into the home as well. And they together take care of their father. Listen, man, that's a beautiful example. I learned a lot in that moment. Actually, my life will never be the same from having that conversation with him. So much respect for my dear friend. That's an amazing son. He's an amazing father. From day one, he was an amazing father, taking care of his children, amazing husband to his wife, always has been. And now he's proven to be an amazing son. You can't imagine, man, seeing your hero in those conditions, man. You can't imagine that. None of us expect that. None of us expect to be that. None of us expect to age to a point to where things just happen and you don't have it anymore and you can't remember anymore and you can't function anymore. None of us expect that. And the moment that we get to a place to where we cannot control our bodily fluids even, why should we be surrounded by strangers and people who only see us as ill? I don't want to, now I want to be surrounded by my family. Hey, I once changed you. I once picked you up when you fell. I was once carrying you when you didn't have the ability to walk. Hey, I picked you up. Why you can't put me down? It's crazy, man. But that right there taught me a lot. And it actually is what birthed a lot of what's in this book. That a great father like this, okay? A great father to his son. He could have been left out in the cold with nowhere to go. But his son, Sean, nah, man, you my future self, you me in the future. No way would I ever let you sit out in the cold. I am you and you are me. I got you. No matter what it looked like, no matter what it cost me. I can rebuild the house, but you're irreplaceable. Man, that's respect and that's love, and that's how it's supposed to be. Wow, man. Respect, Sean.
We know what a broken home is, right? We know that broken home is typically does not have two parents, and the child inside that home don't get what they need, and that's why we call it a broken home. And we know that it's important for children to get what they need growing up in their development. And so we as a world always talk about how important it is to make sure children get a mother and a father. We care about the children. They did not ask to be here, right? We get that. We've done that. But once you have a two-parent home and you are there for those children, who's going to be there for you once you ensure that those children get everything they need? Once you've made all the sacrifices to make sure your family is taken care of and your children are taken care of, shouldn't there be a reward for you for that? Shouldn't there be benefits to you being there like you're supposed to be and raising your children and never leaving them and not having somebody else raise them and not exposing them to all these different traumas and things that would happen if they were in a single parent home? Shouldn't there be benefits to that family? Well, in the world that we know it, you can do everything right, and in the end, you will be on the outside, needing somewhere to go, and you will likely be in a retirement home surrounded by strangers, or on the streets if you're not careful. If you don't put back enough and secure your own future while you're securing theirs, you won't have no future. Or your future will be very poor, okay? Very lonely, okay? Yo, that's wild. This book not only talks about the elders and how they don't have a home in a relationship. I literally exposed through this book many things that make the modern family a broken home or the traditional family a broken home. But this is just one of them, family. Go to Amazon, type in "The Modern Family is a Broken Home." Get this book, family. It will change your life.
If you're looking to start a family and you don't want to be left in the outside in the cold after you've put all the work to raise your family, if you want to raise a legacy and not what we call a modern day family, if you want to raise a tribe, a tribe, one who considers all their members and works together throughout each legacy, teaching every child what it means to be in a tribe, so that the passing on the baton is seamless, right? The things that we earn are passed to the children. The knowledge that we have earned is passed on to the children. This is seamless when we're directly in their lives. They don't get this wealth of knowledge if they're not directly in your lives firsthand, living it as an example, family. You can't just say, Grandma, tell me about herbs. You got to be with Grandma, watching her do herbs and learning by example. She might not even have the words to be able to explain what she's doing to you, doing for you. Do you understand? She may not have the words to be able to explain to you why this medicine has to be ground in this way or used this way. Man, but you got to watch. And it's through that example that we learn, family. Listen, y'all, if you want a family that lasts you generations, go get the book, family. All right? Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you have found yourself. Peace, family.